Welcome to the Live, Laugh, and Hustle podcast. Join co-hosts Nimra and Subashi as they celebrate the vibrant lives and inspiring journeys of women. Nimra and Subashi bring you candid conversations with women from all walks of life. From laughter-filled moments to everyday hustle, they provide uplifting stories, practical advice, and empowering discussions. Let's live life to the fullest, laugh often, and hustle with heart.
So this is like the very first episode of the Live, Laugh, and Hustle podcast. So I'm just going to dive in straight into the discussion topics, motherhood and remote work. So like the first question is, what is the biggest challenge you faced balancing motherhood and remote work? That's a
Okay,
bit of a difficult
so
question.
yeah. So talking about challenges, Nimra, when actually I do have a son, so he's now 8 years old. So I started this working remotely when he's very small, when he's around maybe 1.5 years, 2 years. So that time, the biggest challenge that I had was like I had to manage him while I'm working, and it's like, he doesn't understand what he should do, and I should support him to do each and everything. And it was like a struggle between me and him, and I remember how I kept him back of my chair, keep him with me. And it was kind of a challenge, and it's just passed away with the time. I mean, I couldn't find any of solution how I could sort it, because if even if there are people, like even if there are my family to support me, but still, as you know, all the time a child is looking for a mother, right? That's how, it's just a normal thing, and I couldn't, to be honest, overcome it. Only thing that it passed away with the time when he grows up, so it passed away with the time. And the other challenge, as a challenge I can say, is that balancing focus between the family and the work while we are working, because
Yeah.
we already almost like all the time we get to engage with the whatever things happening at house, right? So normally with the place that I'm working is like almost all the time the people are, you're going here and there, and we just have to keep focusing on the work as well, and to interact with them as well, with mostly with the child when now he's going to school, but still when he comes home, and when they are holiday, when he's at home from morning to
Yeah.
evening, it's lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So asking questions, coming and saying things, I just have to focus him, focusing on work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a really challenging situation for me. Still, I don't know how I can manage it. I'm still looking for a solution.
Yeah.
How can I manage it? Like it's crazy,
It's a roller
something
coaster.
really hard.
It's
Yeah.
a roller
What
coaster.
about you, Nimra?
Wow. So I know there's like a lot of moms, like us out there who work from home or, commute to work and still have like all these little issues, right? Like challenges.
Yeah.
I think a challenge that goes across all of us. Balancing everything, work, motherhood, family, being a wife, all of that. The biggest challenges for me, I think, initially when I started working was like not having enough support, like
Mm-hmm.
nobody quite understood that remote work was actually a full-time job while being a wife and a mother. I mean, that's also a
Mm-hmm.
full-time job, right? Like, I mean, being
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
having three kids, your husband and the kids, and I mean, because I have two kids, so it's like you have three kids now, and you have to work full time. There's also the financial aspect of it, where you have to sort out your bills. There's like so much that we need to do
Yeah.
in this 30 days. If you look at the 30
Yeah.
days of the month, there's like so much you need to do. If you break it down, there was a lot of pressure. I felt extremely pressure to do certain things, and I think that was it. That was like the biggest challenge I had, feeling
Yeah.
pressured by everyone, like society itself, family, work. Everyone's like, okay, what's going on? This is what you're doing with your life, and all that, and all that before the age of like 30. I was a mom before I was 30, so in my mid 20s. So it's been a long time, and this is a lot of issues I think a lot of other women face as well. It's the pressure. So that was a really big challenge for me, trying to
I mean,
fit in.
uh, as you said, Nimra, one more thing, being a wife, being a mother, and working remotely, a challenge is like, as I know, like, if we take that house chores that we have to do, it's mainly
Exactly.
cooking. I mean, cooking and
Three kids
working,
cooking. Oh my God.
managing, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I remember how sometimes I was like, cutting things and keeping, and doing a work, and going again to the kitchen, and making one curry and doing another work. Some
Yes,
like it's just very crazy to just manage everything, but still the work has been done, the things has been done, but that pressure that you said that over us, like, it's something that's really hard to manage.
it is.
I
And
mean,
especially when your kids are
we
much younger.
can't. Exactly,
If they are like
exactly.
below the age of like 5,
Yeah,
it's hard. There's
we
no way.
can't keep them starving. They don't understand that they should wait until things get sorted and get them feed, but still, we just have to do each and everything on time. It's
Yes,
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
tough. So these are problems that we thought we would talk about, right? And so we let
Yes.
everyone know that it's normal. It's completely normal to feel this way, but talk about it.
Yeah.
Let everyone know what you're going through, that so that we can find a solution. We'll talk to each other, come to an understanding, and you don't have to go through this alone. And the
Alone.
biggest
Exactly.
challenge is finding that sort
We
of
all
support.
have faced that. We all are
Yeah.
still facing that.
Yeah, we're still going through it, right? Until like the
Ex-
kids are like done and they go to college, all this pressure is just going to be on you being a mother, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that's kind of the hardest thing that I had to go through. And the other question I wanted to ask was like, how do you stay productive while working and having, the kids around? How do you stay productive?
So, to be honest, that we should have that mindset, thinking that somehow we are going to do focus on the work and we should do this work. And, first thing is the mind, setting up our mind to, to get the things done on time properly. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
No matter we use that tool, this tool, or what kind of, the time limitations, if you are not fit enough in our mind, then we are not able to do, like, complete or achieve what we want to. So that's the first thing. And other than that, it has become a routine in my life that, just being in this for so many years, it has become a practice, to be honest. And it's like when I don't have work, I feel like, oh, why don't I have work? I should do something. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to spend just time, like, without working, or maybe, just staying idle. Like, I really love to do that, but still when I come when I'm doing that, I feel like, there's something missing in me. So
I don't know how to say that because you should feel that way though.
strange.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
strange
strange
feeling.
feeling.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't feel that. You shouldn't feel that way.
So, exactly. So that's another thing. And normally we are using tools like, work management tools to keep everything sorted and, keep everything on going, like track whether the tasks has been, completed. So that's how I normally manage the work from my end. And how about you, Nimra? Like, what are things that you do?
So for me, like it's somewhat very similar to what you said as well. It's absolutely being mentally healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
And of course, there were times when I felt like I was heading towards sort of a burnout, where I couldn't just do it. I did seek help for that though. Like I would advise anyone who's feeling mentally withdrawn to seek help. Or see a
Yeah.
therapist if you have to, talk to a friend, get out of that zone where you feel that you can't move forward. It's normal to feel that way because if you've been doing this for a long time and there's so much pressure on you, and you feel unsatisfied with you need to seek help. So I'm glad that I did that. So for me, saying I think I'm a very productive person because I'm rarely idle. I always find something to do. I get myself busy with a lot of things. So for me, I wake up at 5 almost every day, even in
Okay.
weekends. I wake up early. So now
Mm-hmm.
that's sort of become a habit.
Mm-hmm.
I start my day early. I get into things early as possible so I can finish my day early. Luckily,
Exactly. Starting early
exactly.
day is
Starting
very productive. Yeah.
And that way I feel a little bit more energized as well. Like I feel, okay, my day starts now. I need my coffee though. If I don't have my coffee, it's a shit day
Mhm.
for me. I need to have my coffee early morning. So that's the first thing I do. Have my coffee, then I get all the shit sorted. Like I get the kids' meals sorted. Then once they're gone, I work out for a bit. I have to exercise every day, at least for a walk, or I do like strength training every 3 days. So for me, that helps me become a productive person throughout the day.
Productive.
So I've also set myself a schedule. Like I've built a schedule for me over the years, and I have sort of stuck to that. So that
Mhm.
has helped me build a habit. So I've built like this habit, like what you were saying, a routine. I've built this as a habit now. So I'm quite used to it. Like I'm not the kind of person now who's going to say I don't have time. If I say I don't have time, it means I just don't want to do it. I mean,
Yeah,
if I say,
exactly.
okay, I don't want to meet, I'm sorry, I can't meet you, it means I'm sorry, I just don't really want to make an effort to do it because my time is
Do
very
it. Yeah.
valuable to me. And that's something that's very important. Your time, right? That's not something that you can take back. You give it to someone and then there's no way you can take it back. So being productive is all about managing your time as well. So I manage my time well. That's also something that has helped me in the past couple of years. Being
Yeah. So,
managing my
talking about routine, Nimra, I should say I see that as a challenge as well to come out from that routine. So, normally, 5 weekdays goes on a routine for me, for my family, and for my husband as well. So, we are sort of like, very stick to that, and we feel very uncomfortable coming out of it. And when there's like, even if it's like a small change that we need to do, if we think like if someone is coming to our home, or we just have to go somewhere for some work, so then we just feel like very uncomfortable, and also whole rest of the routine is getting messed up. I mean, that's also kind of a challenge that we should not, like, get stick into like too much into that, and we just have to be sometimes flexible as well.
flexible as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
building that schedule and being flexible is what I would recommend as well. But making a habit out of like certain things, like waking up early,
Things, yeah.
exercising,
Early. Yeah.
those things are important. Like build that as a habit so that
Habit.
you don't feel tired or like you lack focus on little things like that. Managing your time. So you should know how to manage your time. Meeting up with people also depends on who you want to meet with, right? Like your time is very valuable. Like I keep saying, choose wisely what you do with your time. And then you will find time eventually to do things you really like. And which sort of brings us to the, next question, like what sort of self-care habits do you practice, to sort of manage all of this?
About the self-care, that is actually something that I'm planning to improve from my end, because I'm not giving much of self-care and my
Oh, you
time.
should, you should.
Yes,
You
yes,
should.
during the schedules,
I
the
know.
story. So that is really something, really, it's a must that we should do.
Yeah.
And when it comes to health, to be honest, as you said, we should at least get some kind of workouts, or maybe a walk at least, or some exercise daily, at least minimum 2 to 3 times a week, because it's very essential for the our health, which I don't do at the moment, but I really need to do that. It's something that I'm looking forward to add it into my schedule. And the other thing is like, having pampering ourselves, doing some things that we
Yeah.
like, something, get it done, your hair, or going shopping, or
Yeah,
doing
to,
some kind of, it's giving, like, doing shopping is kind of giving a good kind of, a feeling, a good feeling to
yeah,
me, to be honest. I mean, I don't see it as like kind of, I know that it's something crazy, but still I feel, very good doing that, and I feel very, just kind of very nice thought inside me when I do that.
I know. I feel,
So, and eating good food,
yeah,
and
we
not
here.
skipping your meals,
Yeah.
and also about your, the appearance, like, having a haircut, going to kind of, some kind of a massage or a facial or something like that. Those are the things that
Great.
we really should do. Like, no matter how much we earned or like whatever we do, but if we are not doing that for ourselves, at the end of the day, that definitely we are having a regret. What am I doing? I mean, what exactly am I doing?
Exactly.
It has to be done. Like, even if you don't have time to go out, maybe you can take some time and do it at home, or maybe with a friend, to ask, someone to come over and have a chit chat and do things along. Something like that definitely
Yeah,
should do. So myself, I love going out in the weekend because I don't have time, during weekdays. So what I do is going out in a weekend to get some nice food, and to go for some my son's classes, attending them, have some interactions with outer
yeah,
world.
yeah.
So those are the things that I do to keep my mental health
I agree.
stable. Yeah.
This is a good. This is good. I mean, this is what a lot of moms do, I suppose. This is what I do as well. I I I do love traveling a lot. Like for me,
Yeah.
leaving,
At least once in a while, we should do that.
yeah, because when we work remotely, we're always at home. We work from home, 6 days a week or whatever. So leaving home is, you need to do it. You just need to leave. So
Yeah.
weekends, I usually do the same thing. We go out as a family and do shit. I also meet up with some friends. I've joined some weird communities. I'm grateful for one community that I joined was like the cosplay community.
Mm-hmm.
This was done, I did this a couple of years ago, like when my kids were really small. They were like maybe 3 or 4. They were quite into all this superhero stuff because I remember like Marvel came up with all these Avengers and all that. So I started getting into that out of my comfort zone because I was someone who would never do that. I'm an introvert. I would never go and like meet new people. So then I was a complete geek though. So I started going and meeting these people, and then they loved entertainment so much, exchanged ideas. We made short movies and like all these weird stuff. It was so much fun. So that's just something that you need to do. I mean, you don't have to always do the fitness stuff. Of course, that part is essential. Like you need to
Yeah,
join some
exactly.
sort of
Yeah.
a fitness group to maintain that part of your life. But apart from that, just find other things to do, like maybe art. I did that for a while as well. I started painting. I just started painting. What else did I did a lot of shit. I did kickboxing for a while. I did a lot of weird. I tried out like almost everything. Like I just wanted to see how to get out of that comfort zone of being a remote worker and staying at home, being a mom and everything. I just wanted to branch out and see what else I can do, a lot of new things. But the only thing I couldn't master was cooking. I'm
Oh,
horrible at it.
oh.
I'm just really bad. It's not something that I'm ever going to be good at. I just have to accept it now. So you're a
Uh-huh.
horrible cook, just it's okay. But people eat my food. I don't know.
True.
So that's just one thing. I mean, I can't do self-care with cooking. I
Okay.
will always see it as a chore, like, okay, you need to cook and these people need to eat. So for me, cooking is not self-care. Eating is self-care, like you said, going out and eating is self-care. Like I
Self-care.
love
Mm-hmm.
eating. I'm a huge
Yeah.
foodie. Yeah, so for me, self-care is pretty much the same things that you said, going out, but window shopping though, not shopping, because I wouldn't want,
Shopping
yeah,
all the
not
time. Yeah.
not wanting to spend the money that I earn all the time, but just going browsing and see what's up, what's happening, are there any sales, that sort of thing. And the malls here are not the best, right? Like you go here and think, okay, like there's something, but everything's so expensive now. Cost of living is so high here. Like you can't really expect to go shopping and not feel pressure thinking, oh shit, I need to spend how am I going to afford to buy this thing, right? That's another sort of pressure that I feel right now,
Pressure.
like going
Okay.
shopping to feel
Yeah.
some sort of giving myself therapy, retail therapy, but then going there feeling pressure, thinking I can't afford to buy it. So
Yeah. Totally agree.
that's another
And
thing.
one more thing that I love to do, to add one in that list is like, watching Netflix, watching
Yes.
shows,
Yeah.
TV series,
Essential.
good movies, and while eating good food or
While
something
eating good
like that,
food.
it
Right.
feels very nice, just feels very like, very relaxed and very
Sure.
nice. I love to do that. I mostly I don't have time in during the weekdays, but during weekends I make sure to do all these things because, like, and also when it comes to cooking, I usually don't get time to cook now because I do have some sort of help right now for cooking and everything. But still, now I feel like I just need to cook once a week, though. Like, it
Yeah,
just feels me good. Giving, making a very nice food, a meal,
yeah,
comforting, and it's like it feels really good doing it once a week.
once a
It
week.
it
Yeah,
just, yeah,
weekends, I guess.
weekends.
When
Yeah,
you make a meal.
mostly on weekends. On Sundays, mostly I just, I really try to make every Sunday lunch better, something nice,
Yeah,
and it just feels better. Yeah,
that's when everyone's home and they, feel a bit
yeah,
more relaxed. And
relaxed. Yeah,
Sunday meal is, yeah, so
it's essential to
it's
kick off the
essential.
rest of the
It,
week. Yeah,
it is. And I love Sri Lankan food. Like my family we love Sri Lankan food. So we always like make a point to have some rice and curry
curry. Yeah.
on a Sunday. I'm such a shit cook. I mean, I wish I could be better, but like, I don't know.
No, I don't think that it would be like that much worse.
It is.
What's your kids' thoughts on that?
They would eat it and they would often compare my food with my mom's or my mother-in-law's cooking, and they're like,
Oh,
"Mom, your chicken curry isn't that great." I mean, that's the sort of
I understand.
thing. I mean, it's okay. But they still eat it though. They complain and they still
Yeah,
eat it. So as long as it's fully consumed, it's fine with me. You're gonna consume.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. And which sort of brings us to the next sort of segment. Like, what advice would you give other moms out there to manage
Okay.
work and kids, especially if you're a remote worker? How would you? How would you?
Yes. So as I said, the first thing is to be mentally healthy and strong and keep focused, because having a mom leaving a job thing, that I really don't believe that someone should do that for the sake of a kid. I know it's hard to manage a kid and work as well, but still one day you won't regret doing that, because it will make your kid proud as well, saying that my mom is working in this place, she's this, she's that, saying here you hearing saying that would make you proud and will give you kind of a fantastic feeling for you. So no matter what struggle that you are in, and just try to be very, be mentally strong, and just focus on the best thing and the good things that you need to do. And no matter who says what, this you should hear from this ear, and let it out from the other one. That's what you need to do. And rest of the struggles are very common for us as well,
It is.
so you are not alone, as like,
You're
we
not alone.
said. So it's something that going on within us as well, so it's not something that you struggle alone. So just don't be like, overthink about those other problems, and try to focus on your work. Try to do as much as possible that you can do. I mean, don't ever feel like you're not a good mother, because every mother is a good mother. They are doing as
The
much as
best.
possible for their children, for their families, to keep them, I mean, doing a job is itself a sacrifice that they do, with all these pressures from the family and the work, to get more, more income for their family,
Exactly.
so that they can, be financially they can help for the family as well. So it's something very wonderful. And just be mentally strong, don't overthink.
Yeah.
Talk to someone if you have problems, try to sort it out. I mean, at least you will feel relaxed when you're talking it to someone. And yeah, that's what I wanted to tell, like, whoever working remotely and having kids, having family around them, and it's just they are not alone.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with all that you have to say. That was pretty much what I wanted to say as well. Like these problems are sort of common to all of us, and always reach out if you have any doubts about feeling pressured, or always talk to someone if you feel unhappy or unsatisfied with what you're doing. Don't try to head out, and gets too stressed out about things. Anxiety and stress is very common in all of us now. And sometimes we get very hormonal about things too. It's completely normal. I mean, this doesn't
Normal.
apply to moms, it applies to all women, right?
Yeah.
All of us. Common problems that we all have. We burn out pretty quickly. Take a break once in a while. Self-care is important. But just, yeah, try to focus on having a better, healthy life by building habits. Healthy habits, of course, like we're not asking you to go and build like an intense habit of doing irrational things, but a very build a healthy habit, and you're good to go. And make sure that your mental health is always first. That's number one. You need to be mentally healthy to take care of your family. So that should be number one. If you're feeling too stressed out about work, if you have to let go of one of the jobs you're doing, do it, because money can always be earned, but your mental health, once it's declining, it's very hard to get it back
No,
on track.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
just very key things. And also I highly recommend to build yourself a schedule. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a very strict one, but it can be flexible. And whatever that makes things easy for you. If cooking is hard, get a multi-cooker, make sure that you don't spend too much time spending time in the kitchen if that makes you unhappy. So self-care, managing your time, building habits, maintaining a good schedule. These are like the key things that we'd like to recommend.
Yeah.
And is there any other parting thoughts? Like, how can people reach you, Suba? Because
Yeah, I'm available in LinkedIn, and as always, like anyone can reach us in LinkedIn, and also in our to our profiles in Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. So anyone who wants to like talk about anything, or just share their thoughts, like to come up with the new topics that you guys should talk about this and that, anytime we can anyone can reach us through those channels, right? So yeah, we are very open. We love to hear new thoughts, and yeah, let's see how it
yeah,
goes.
we're looking to collaborate with not just moms, with other women as well. So follow us on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. I mean, you can always reach out to us personally as well. And we designed this really cool logo. I mean, you can see it in the back. So do follow us on social media and reach out if you need to talk. It's just like a chat, right? We're not going to go all like professional podcasters. I mean, we're just having a chat. We just want everyone to know that it's completely normal to be like this. And yeah, those are my parting thoughts as well. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you whenever we see you, because we're busy and we don't know when the next podcast is going to be out. The next episode is going to be out,
Hopefully
but
very soon.
hopefully soon. Maybe we'll have
Yeah.
another guest, to talk us through their lives and what they do to manage their challenges. Yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next run.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning into the Live, Laugh, and Hustle podcast. Stay tuned for more incredible stories of resilience, strength, and success. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends.